Did you know that the drink you enjoy today was created by a wounded war veteran? A man who was addicted to morphine. A man who, while trying to save himself, ended up creating one of the biggest brands in the world. This is the story of Coca-Cola. But you've never heard it told like this before. Whole question. First, did the original Coca-Cola really contain cocaine? How much? And when was it removed? Second, Coca-Cola's secret formula, Merchandise 7X, has remained unknown for more than 135 years. Is it really that secret, or is it just a marketing stunt? Third, Pepsi once had the chance to buy Coca-Cola for only a few $1,000s. Why didn't that happen? Fourth, did Coca-Cola really create the modern image of Santa Claus, or is that just a myth? You'll get the answers to all of these questions in today's video. Welcome to the channel. Today we're talking about something you've probably touched today, drank today, or at least seen today. Coca-Cola. Every day, more than 1.9 billion Coca-Cola beverages are sold across more than 200 countries. No matter where you go on Earth, you'll find Coca-Cola. But where did this global empire begin? With the wounds of a civil war, with the suffering of an injured soldier, and inside a small pharmacy in a small town. Today, we'll tell the complete story. From beginning to end, 1861. The American Civil War, one of the bloodiest wars in human history. The North and the South America fought against each other. One of the men who fought in that war was John Stith Pemberton. He served as a lieutenant colonel in the Confederate Army. In other words, he fought for the South. The war ended in 1865, but for Pemberton, everything was far from over. During the war, he suffered a severe sword wound to his chest. To relieve the pain, he began using morphine. At that time, morphine was a common painkiller. Thousands of Civil War soldiers developed the same addiction. It became so widespread that people called it soldier's disease. Pemberton was a pharmacist. He understood the dangers of morphine. He desperately wanted to find a safer alternative. Then two ingredients caught his attention. The first was Vin Mariani, a French drink made by mixing cocaine with wine. It was extremely popular across Europe. Pope Leo XIII drank it. Thomas Edison drank it. Queen Victoria drank it. The second ingredient was the cola nut, a fruit imported from Africa. It contains a large amount of caffeine. For centuries, African people had chewed it to gain energy. Pemberton thought, what if these two ingredients could be combined into a new drink? A drink that could replace morphine. A drink that could boost energy. A drink that could relieve headaches. In 1885, he created Pemberton's French wine Coca. But then a major change took place in Atlanta. Prohibition. Alcohol was banned. Pemberton's drink contained wine. Now, it could no longer be sold. So what would he do? Atlanta, Georgia. Pemberton changed his formula. The wine was removed. It was replaced with carbonated water soda. The new formula was created in a brass kettle in his backyard, but now it needed a name. His accountant was Frank Robinson. Robinson had beautiful handwriting. He was the one who suggested the name using the names of the two main ingredients, coca, from coca leaves, and cola, from cola nuts. He created the name Coca-Cola. Then Robinson personally wrote the famous Coca-Cola logo in elegant cursive script. The very same script is still used today. Even after 140 years, Coca-Cola was sold for the first time at Jacob's Pharmacy in Atlanta. The price was 5 cents. Only 9 glasses were sold on the first day. Just 9 glasses. The beginning of today's 1.9 billion daily servings was only 9 glasses. But Pemberton never lived to see that success. In 1888, just 2 years later, he died of cancer. Before his death, he sold his formula for only $2,300. The same formula that became the foundation of a $1 trillion empire. Now it's time to answer the biggest question. Did the original Coca-Cola really contain cocaine? Yes, it did. Pemberton's original formula contained coca leaf extract, which included trace amounts of cocaine. But how much? Historians estimate that each glass contained about 9 milligrams of cocaine. At that time, cocaine was completely legal. It was used in toothache drops. It was added to cold medicine. It even appeared in medicines for children. But over time, the world began to understand the dangers of cocaine. In 1903, the New York Tribune published an article claiming that Coca-Cola's cocaine made black Americans violent and dangerous. It was completely racist propaganda, but public pressure continued to grow. The Coca-Cola company decided to remove cocaine from the formula. After 1903, Coca-Cola no longer contained cocaine. However, even today, Coca-Cola still uses coca leaf extract. The difference is that the cocaine is completely removed before it is used. Only one company is allowed to produce this decocainized coca leaf extract. the Stepan Company in New Jersey, and it operates under a special DEA license. So even today, Coca-Cola contains coca leaf extract, but no cocaine. Now let's move to the mystery that has fascinated the world for more than 135 years. Merchandise Sceptiques. This is the code name for Coca-Cola's secret formula. The Coca-Cola company claims that only 2 people in the world know the complete formula at the same time. Their identities are never revealed. They are never allowed to travel on the same airplane, because if both died in a plane crash, the formula would supposedly be lost forever. Today, the formula is kept inside a special vault at the World of Coca-Cola Museum in Atlanta. But here comes the biggest question. Is all this secrecy really necessary, or is it simply marketing? In 1979, something interesting happened. A local Atlanta radio show claimed it had discovered Pemberton's original notebook containing the formula. According to that notebook, the ingredients included orange oil, lemon oil, nutmeg oil, coriander, neroli oil, cinnamon, and several other ingredients. The Coca-Cola company immediately denied that it was the real formula, but many food scientists recreated the recipe and tested it. The result? They produced a drink that tasted remarkably similar to Coca-Cola. So is all the secrecy simply part of the brand story? Many marketing experts believe the answer is yes. Coca-Cola's greatest secret is not its formula. Its greatest secret is that people believe the formula is secret. That belief is one of the brand's greatest strengths. After Pemberton died, who turned Coca-Cola into a global success? Asa Griggs Candler. He was a brilliant businessman. Before his death, Pemberton had sold parts of the formula to several different people. Candler bought those rights from all of them. His total cost? Just $2,300. It became one of the greatest business deals in history. In 1892, Candler founded the Coca-Cola Company. He introduced an extraordinary marketing strategy. He sent free samples to doctors. He distributed free coupons to drugstores. Buy one Coca-Cola, get one free. This free sampling strategy worked incredibly well. By 1895, Coca-Cola was available in every state across America. But at that time, it was still only a fountain drink. People had to visit a pharmacy and drink it by the glass. Then came the innovation that truly conquered the world. Bottling. In 1899, 2 lawyers, Benjamin Thomas and Joseph Whitehead, approached Candler. They proposed, we want to bottle Coca-Cola and sell it across America. Give us the bottling rights. Candler agreed, but he believed bottling. Do you know how much he sold those rights for? Just $1. Only $1. Thomas and Whitehead went on to establish bottling plants across the United States. Then came the iconic bottle. In 1915, the Root Glass Company was asked to design a bottle that people could recognize even in the dark, simply by touching it. Designer Earl Dean took inspiration from the shape of the coca plant. The curved contour bottle became Coca-Cola's greatest visual identity. In 1923, the bottle design was patented. It became the only packaging design in the world with its own trademark. Now comes the story that could have changed history. 1931. The Great Depression. Pepsi was a small company at the time. It went bankrupt. Pepsi's CEO, Guth, decided to offer the company to Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola refused. It is believed that Coca-Cola had 2 opportunities to buy Pepsi and rejected both. Why? Because Coca-Cola considered Pepsi a cheap and weak competitor. That decision may have been one of the greatest business mistakes in history. Pepsi survived, it grew stronger, and today PepsiCo has a market value of roughly $230 billion. If Coca-Cola had bought Pepsi back then, the world might have known only Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola spread around the world, but its biggest leap came during World War II. In 1941, Coca-Cola President Robert Woodruff announced, wherever an American soldier goes, he should be able to get a Coca-Cola for 5 cents. That single decision turned Coca-Cola into a symbol of American patriotism. The US government worked with Coca-Cola. Bottling plants were established in 64 countries alongside the American military. When the war ended, those bottling plants remained, and Coca-Cola became a permanent part of those countries. World War II became Coca-Cola's greatest global marketing campaign, disguised as military support. Finally, let's answer the question everyone asks. Did Coca-Cola create Santa Claus's red suit? It's a famous myth. The truth is that Santa Claus had already been depicted wearing red before Coca-Cola. However, in 1931, Coca-Cola hired illustrator Haddon Sundblom to create a new image of Santa Claus for its winter advertising campaign. His Santa wore a bright red suit, he had a white beard, a cheerful smile, and a bottle of Coca-Cola in his hand. That image became so popular that the modern image of Santa Claus is largely based on Sundblom's illustrations. So Coca-Cola did not invent Santa's red suit, but it helped popularize the modern image of Santa Claus. This is not just the story of a soft drink. It is the story of a brand that changed global culture. One final surprising fact, Pemberton sold his formula for just $2,300. Today, the Coca-Cola company is worth more than $300 billion. From 9 glasses to 1.9 billion servings every day, from a brass kettle in a backyard to more than 200 countries, from a morphine-addicted Civil War veteran to one of the most recognizable brands on earth, all in just 140 years. Before today's video ends, here's one final question. If John Pemberton had never been wounded during the Civil War, if he had never searched for an alternative to morphine, would Coca-Cola have ever existed? And if it had never existed, what would the world's biggest brand be today? How did one man's personal suffering change the world? Share your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe, click the bell icon. See you in the next video.